The time is 5:25 p.m. and the date today is the 8th of August 2020. The day is Saturday. Kwame and Amma. Kwame and Amma. The ancient wise one. The ancient wise one. Today, I've been at the mechanics, and at the mechanics they have radio stations, and they're always listening. And today, all I heard from every single radio station, different ones, is curses this, curses that, curses. I'm talking about Bible curses and the religious things, curses. And I couldn't understand it. Why is everyone talking about curses? It's like a trend. But it's a secret trend. It's a preaching trend. But because you don't go to this one's church, you only go to this church, you only think that your preacher's the only one talking about it. But different churches, all the churches are talking about curses at the same time. And the radio stations are talking about curses. And the TV programs are talking about curses. And just now, I was watching a TV program and it's about farmers, but cocoa farmers, and how they're suffering in Ghana here. They are suffering. And basically, it goes like this. It's not easy to be a cocoa farmer. That's one. Why? Two. It's because the overheads, they're not cheap. And the workforce and the workmanship you put in, it's not easy. But the hope is, when you're fruitful, then you gain. But these Ghanaian farmers, they're basically they're scraping, and they don't get it. But now they're trying to help themselves by exposing a side of the trade that's hurting them, which is a program called Stealing Kilos, or the Missing Kilos. We're talking about kilos of not weed, not cocaine, but cocoa. Kilos of cocoa. So basically, get this. The national government says that a farmer should weigh his or her cocoa at 64 kilos per sack, a recommended national, weigh sack. But the traders who take the cocoa from the farmers, they learn to trick. Listen carefully. They learned a trick from the colonial master that crippled Ghana. And now Ghanaians are using the same trick to cripple farmers of Ghana, and thus crippling Ghana. But get this. Curses. As I was watching the program, I was feeling sorry for the farmers. All of a sudden, something kicked me, and I realized that hold on, until the farmers agree with what I'm about to say next, and until they come together and do whatever it is they need to do to appease the mistake they made before, their suffering will never end. And let me tell you why. Because they've been cursed. Because get this, when you're offered something good and when you reject it, then you're given something bad. Let me show you something. When Ghana got its independence, this is a very important state of mind. When Ghana got its independence, Osajifo Dr. Kwame Nkrumah, the Saturday born Kwame Nkrumah, his name, Kwame, denotes that he is a Saturday born. He's a male. But it doesn't denote the physical self. It denotes that the soul living in him is a Saturday soul. And the characteristics my people give the Saturday soul is the ancient wise one. This soul has ancient wisdom within it. Why? Because it is the day of Memerida Saturday. Memerida Memory means memory. Memory. That means day. So the day of memory, the day of remembrance, the Sabbath day. That's exactly what Saturday is, the Sabbath day. The day of remembrance. So get this. Why do they need to appease him? Because he was going to do God's will as God saw it fit. And the people deposed him. And get this. No one really knows where the spark really came from. But the spark really came from the cocoa industry, the cocoa farmers. They are actually the ones who gave birth to the death of Ghana's true democracy. I'm sorry I keep stuttering, but I'm pissed. Get this. You see, Kwame Nkrumah had a vision for the cocoa industry that today would have made Ghana the cocoa, or let's say the cocoa products manufacturer of the world. Why? Because they grow the raw products, they process the raw products into all different types, and get this, you know it's the best. When Kwame Nkrumah took over, one of the first things he did was put his hands onto the cocoa industry. He realized that it was a vital lifeline because 90% of the world, or 99%, love to have sweet things, and chocolate is at every level of society. There's exclusive, there's poor. Nestle, it will cater for the person on $1 a day, and it will cater for the person on 50 million a minute. Why? Because everyone loves chocolate. But get this, when you come to Africa, the kids love chocolate, but they don't get as often as they should. But the cocoa is here. So what did the farmers do that gave them a curse? They didn't practice patience. They did not practice patience. You see, the first time I came to Ghana, which was in 2008, I was chilling with a friend of mine, Dr. William Kutsi. Yeah, Dr. William Kutsi. He's a lecturer at the University of Legon. And he took me through Tema, and he gave me a little history. And he told me, you see those two big massive pipes over there, or massive concrete things over there? And I said, yeah, there was more. And there was storage, cocoa storage, where Kwame Nkrumah had them built in such a manner that they were going to store cocoa for a very long period, just like the Egyptians used to store grain. Why was he going to do that? Because get this, when he started to give Ghana its sovereignty back, those that were ripping Ghana of its sovereignty were not happy with it. But those were the same people that eat a lot of chocolate. When he started putting the right prices onto your hard work, the farmer's hard work, and said, no, you can't come and take a bag of cocoa for £1 and then go and turn £1 into $1 million when the farmer spends £1 and energy growing it. No, you will come and pay the right amount so everyone will be happy. They created a world embargo. They boycotted Ghanaian cocoa. So Kwame Nkrumah had the brilliant plan, and he told Ghana and he told the farmers You know, in desperate times, that's when innovation is born. That's when creativity is born. That's where adventure is born. That's when profit is made. Just like many have experienced during COVID-19. So he told the farmers, listen, we're giving them the raw products anyway. And however dear we charge them, we're not charging them enough. Let's rather look into creating factories to process our seeds into different types of cocoa paste and cocoa powders. And they can come and buy the powders. And because of the processing method added, and because of the second process being added, this adds value to the product. So we are a new, recovering sovereignty. Things are not going to go too well. Things are not going to go too smooth. But give me your patience. But give me a little time. Because they can't grow the cocoa in the amount they need around the world. They're going to come back to us. And Nkrumah knew they would come back. But the cocoa farmers started. They actually started the talk. This is a bad idea. Oh, this is a bad idea. Now, why was it a bad idea? Kwame Nkrumah was trying to cut the colonial hands away from your business, so your business can actually get what it's worth on the foreign market. But your impatience said that you didn't mind not being paid your right worth, because you were angry at him for fighting the cause of you getting your right worth. And you helped drive him out of the nation. So the buyers will come back. But the buyers, they never intended on giving you your right money. So you signaled the light to karma that you see you will take death over life any day. And since then, cocoa farmers, who should be amongst some of the richest farmers in the world, are the poorest. Listen to me very carefully. When you go to Spain, we have people who grow grapes. They make wine and some drinks. They are billionaires and billionaires. Not everyone eats grapes. Not everyone's seen grapes. When you go to England, the weather's so cold, not everything grows. There are people in England though who grow strawberries. They are loaded. They drive Range Rovers. They have country mansions. They have Range Rovers. Some have Jaguars. Some are really classic. They got Triumphs. They got tractors. They got machinery. All they grow is strawberries. 80% of the Ghanaian populations have never seen a strawberry. Or 90% of the Ghanaian population have never tasted a raw strawberry. And strawberry is not the most popular item and the most versatile item to add to this, to that, to this, to that, to that. Strawberry hasn't reached every table of grace. But you see chocolate, you see cocoa, The ancients talk about it. It has reached tables of grace. Not only has it reached there, it has taken its spot. Its own spot. The chocolate spot. The cocoa spot. The love spot. The sweetest spot. The best spot. And when your product is such a product that reaches such grace tables, you should be famous. You should be held. You're like Picasso. You paint fusions of taste in people's mouth. You take it right direct from earth and you nurture it, you bring it up. And people will pay you anything for it. Listen to this. One of the most exquisite words in the world, or phrases in the world, is my Turkish delight. My Turkish delight. How many things from Turkey do you know that 99% of the world knows? It should be my Ghanaian delight, my aphrodisiac. That's what it should be. Because I can show you that 99% of the people in the world have licked Ghana's ass. It was chocolatey. Have licked Ghana in many places. Ghana's a woman, by the way. Her name is Asasiya Yami. She's a Thursday born, but she's a female. I can tell you that possibly 99.99999% of the world have licked your hard work and sweat and loved it. So why are you suffering? So why are you suffering? You're suffering for the same reasons Christians are suffering. Let me show you something. You see, Christians. Okay, get this. The Bible tells you that God, He sent His Son, Jesus, to come and save you. But then the Bible tells you that He was sent to die for you. It means that either you were too weak to fight for yourself, and that He was going to die and that was going to wake you up or something. But regardless, you allowed Him to be killed. And then get this. This is the Bible. Those who killed Him then took the religion. The Romans and the Jews, the priests, the people who claim to be God's servants, they actually voted for Barabbas, the rapists, the ISIS, the Boko Haram, to be allowed to go free. And for Jesus to be put on the cross. Jesus had a chance to be saved by those who now want Him to save them. Jesus had a chance to be saved by the church. It was the priest who actually forced Caesar's person's hands. They threatened them with revolt. Why? Because Jesus threatened their pockets. So Jesus threatened their pockets, they killed Him. And then they took His good words, knowing that His good words gets to the heart. It does. It's the truth. So they then took His good words to get to the heart, and once they get to the heart, fleece the pocket. The birds are listening. Fleece the bucket. When Jesus died, his believers, they became scattered. They suffered. They became wanted men and women. They became lost sheep. The word stood. That's what the Bible says. Well, when Kwame Nkrumah came, or Sajifu, Dr. Kwame Nkrumah, when he came, he delivered Ghana from colonialism with a few people, with a lot of help from others as well. But get this, now he wanted to cut the cord that linked us to the colonial master. And we said no. No English person from England and no American person from America physically came here and did anything that removed Dr. Kwame Nkrumah from the seat. It was black people. It was Ghanaians. But the truth has come out. The CIA have admitted that they financed it. And then you realize, hold on, you see what, so basically this will happen. Nestle got a few Ghanaians together, gave them money. They went to the farmers. They told the farmers, well, when I say Nestle, I mean, business, chocolate. We're talking about chocolate, so not necessarily Nestle, but someone in a chocolate factory, you get me? Went to there and said, listen, we want to buy from you, but no, why this guy's in power. No, he's destroying everything. And selfishly, without thinking about the bigger picture, they started making noise. Without being patient, they started making noise. And then other industries, because Ghana was producing cars at this time, they stopped giving Ghana some things. And then shut down the factories. I call someone that shut it down. But Kwame Nkrumah was simply saying, you knew this was gonna happen because they were not planning on letting go forever. They were planning on just sitting back and then me coming to sit on and just still feeding them the money from you. And I don't plan on doing that. So of course they're gonna make it difficult for me. Chill. They chat shit, soon everyone was chatting shit, and 62 years later, Ghana is shit, and Ghanaians are still chatting shit. Listen, let me tell you the other day, my uncle, I don't really know what's happening. My uncle was telling me that some school kid, or kids, they've made a tape. Listen carefully to this. They've made a tape. And yes, we're in Ghana, and these kids have made a tape, and apparently they were very disrespectful. I don't know what they said exactly, but from what I hear is along the lines of they're unhappy that even when they've been taught for a year that at the final exam, nothing they were taught was in the question. What is going on? They were rushed off to school amidst the fear. People have died. Listen, there's confusion. There's everything. Let me tell you something, what Ghanaians do not realize is this. Right now, no one deserves respect. No one commands respect. If this was a true democracy, if Ghana was a true democracy, those kids, they're now adults. And they have a political mind. And things are so bad that rather the government should have seen this as, no, you know what, let's call a political field. We're getting close to elections. What this kid said was serious. If I was the government, I would not have created a backlash for this kid. Rather, I would have created a conversation with this kid. I would have said, come. I would have taken 1 hour. I would have made a special preview. The kid who insulted the president meets the president face to face. The president wants to hear his grievance. Be honest, tell me, because I'm the president. I sit so far back in the Flagstaff house that the people between me and you who are meant to report your grievance to me have not reported it. So much so, you've had to scream over them to get to me. Now, you're here. Tell me. Tell me who I should be firing. Tell me who I should be imprisoning. Tell me who will spend my money and knock down the job. Tell me so I can show you you're wrong, I care. Tell me. That would have been a TV show and a half. People abroad would have begged them, Ghanaians abroad would beg Channel 4, BBC, whatever, to preview this for them. America, why? Because it's unheard of. It's unheard of. But no one deserves respect in Ghana. No one. No one. The kids are tired. Listen, if you're a Ghanaian, you can see a picture of your future. Look at your poor dad and your poor mom. And then you look at your poor grandma and your poor granddad. You see your mom and your dad. They looked at their poor mom and dad. You see their poor mom and dad. You can see a revolution, the same picture happening. Ghanaians can pretty much, Ghanaian children can pretty much say where their future is going. Because get this, when you wake up and your dad doesn't know politicians, you're fucked. When you wake up and your dad doesn't know big people, you're fucked. When you wake up and your dad is a simple grass cutter, you're fucked. Why? Because you see, in other democracies, if your dad is a shit carrier, that is not your job. Because a shit carrier in other democracy can use his shit carrying skills to put the children to school to become lawyers and doctors. Not in Ghana. Not in Ghana. Not in Ghana. We're killing ourselves. Listen, Malcolm X said it. The white person, the white man does not kill black people. They simply pay black people to kill black people. And it's easier and cleaner that way. So then you can just say, look at it. See how barbaric they are. For money, they'll do anything. The cocoa farm, they've been penalized. Just like the whole of Ghana has been penalized. When we got rid of Kwame Nkrumah, the ancient wise one, that was us saying, we want a foolish one. That was us saying, we don't want things to change. That was us saying, we love bondage. That was us saying, nah man, change ain't good for us. We like what they brought. We don't want to be our own masters. We don't want to be the masters of our own destinies. We just want to be led. I'm telling you, slowly, I'm finding it hard to find pity on the generation of Ghanaians who are in their 50s and above. You know why? Because I hear the political minds. Some of them, they're straight NPP. Some of them, they're straight NDC. Some of them will admit, yeah, the party is doing shit this time, but get this, you have to stick through and through. Listen, we live in Ghana. We don't live in NPP and we don't live in NDC. We live in Ghana. So you're meant to think. You're meant to think about Ghana. Listen, no one should be a political party member. I am telling you, this is how politics should work. I am telling you, this is how politics should work. There are no political memberships. There's the one who wants to be the leader of the party, and then there's the finance this, rah, rah, rah. He's got his whole team. And that's all they ever present to us. We have a political fuel that you always hear these people from and their ideologies from. And the whole country, when we're approaching elections or throughout the year, you keep an eye, you keep updates on these people. Some of them act as individuals, some of them act as groups. They've got their finance ministers, they've got their ideologies, they've got everything going. Yes, anyone can set up a party. For 4 years while these are ruling, you can hear them talking about what they will do, how they will do it. When the time comes, by the time 4 years comes, depending on what actions they have taken physically in your communities around, as a team, you will know who to vote for. You can't say I'm NPP, I'm NDC. We're all Ghanaians at the end of the day. That's why it's so easy. Well, you see, the world used to be one, and then we became black and white, 2 colors, and then black and white became maybe four continents. So 4 colors. It became the black continent, the yellow continent, the white continent, and the brown continent. So 4 colors. And then these 4 were further broken down to now you had one big country or one big continent called, let's say, Africa, and next thing you know is Zimbabwe, this, that, and then more colors were created. And then, okay, we're now with the countries. And then in the countries now they created NPP, NDC, adding more colors. Further breaking down the confusion, and then when you get to NDC, NPP, and then but when you think about it, it's not about NDC and NPP. Listen, every time NDC comes on or NPP comes on, and let me show you. Let's do a check. When I was young, I remember the first democratic vote that Ghana had. When Rawlings was still in power, I was still in this country. I believe it was in 1992. My uncle reminded me today because I was telling him when I was young, I loved Rawlings, but I remember the party. Yeah, and I was asking him, is it the same party? They were called Kukurudu. And he said, no, they're not called Kukurudu. They're called this party, but their slogan is Kukurudu. And I said, yeah. And I was telling him about it. Why did I like it? Because my soul animal is the elephant. And I've always loved the elephant. Do you see what I mean? But get this, at that democratic election, I remember people were running, I remember people were singing, there was a Jama song they used to sing. JJ, if I want to fam, if you just have JJ, listen, I was young. We were running up and down the street. Come on, man, no one was killing each other. Back then, because Ghana was just tasting the political scene. We still saw each other as Ghana, but we were just looking for the best person to lead us. So we were Ghana, and someone chosen to follow JJ, and this and that and that. I was young and I was happy. Now we're killing each other because of NPP and NDC colors. But get this, each time one of these parties come on, I will show you another trend. When this party was on last time, Kufuor was on, there's loads of mansions that was acquired through that power grab. Fine. The last time Muhammad was on, there are loads of lands that was acquired through power grab, through the party. Fine. Nanado's on, there will be loads of land. But get this, it will be only the political scene acquiring and grabbing. That's what they're doing. They're meeting, getting you to vote them in, and then they're taking care of their needs. And then they're building the foundations for their people. We find oil, they get 10%, we get 10%. Foreigners take 100%. Why? Because the foreigner will protect their 10%. We find gold, we don't know what happens to it. Men's gold takes it all. You see what I mean? I'm not calling anyone corrupt. I'm just saying there's mismanagement at all levels. Listen, wages. Oh, listen, I can't even go into it. But I'm just saying, you see this kid. You see this kid. I'm not condoning disrespect, but respect is earned, not given. Respect is earned, not given. Listen, the other day, our vice president had to go to London to receive an operation. What does that tell you? That he is fully aware he's not running the country with a good medical system that he can trust. So should there be a question as to what he should do next? No. But it's been over a year since he went for that operation. That Ghana didn't have the equipment, that Ghana didn't have the skills and the proficiency to do. And yet he hasn't sought to give us that. I'm telling you. If the generation we call moms and dads don't wake up, you see the generation they call grandkids and granddaughters, they will accuse them of being before. They will accuse them of being witches. Because it's going to get harder for a young person growing up. It's getting harder. Nigeria is the best example. It gets so hard that now they've turned to, you have to be a member of a club. One of the voodoo clubs. You kill girls, you do voodoo, you do this, you do that, and you make money. But then it becomes a life and death situation. And when you find yourself against them, when you think, what the fuck? Who had sex and had me here? And then when you open your eyes, and there she is. She's a witch. God, this is not the life you imagine. Just like the cocoa farmers. I get a feeling that the generation we call mom and dads, not me, and the generation that call the generation below, grandkids, they're about to get fucked up. They're about to get fucked up. Because your children are only starting to see the things that you have left to go. That you have been inactive. That you haven't fought for their freedom. That you haven't fought for their rights. And now they're having to fight for it. And they can't fight for it because they're powerless. They're broke. Nothing's going well. The Toto broke down. Listen. I was at the mechanics. I was chilling. I see a little commotion. I go over. I switch on the camera. And basically what's happening, the Toto is broken down. And the Toto don't have a limit. They call another Toto to come and grab their passengers. Full Toto, it's full. So that means it was full money. But now it's broken down. It's hurting, isn't it? But get this, to try and save some money, they call a friend. So they won't have to pay. They won't have to give everything, but they've done some of the journey. Do you see what I mean? So this friend worked out doing. But get this, as life will have it, no one has patience for anyone. So the passengers, they just finished work and they're angry. Some of them are hungry. They want to get home. And this mate that's meant to come, he's coming all the way from a place called Kasua, and there's traffic, so he's taking time. This time now, another Toto comes up, but he has nobody in the car. You see what I mean? He practically has an empty Toto. And all the passengers get out. They say, we want to get into this one. But the price this one is charging means even the journey that these lot have made all the way to before the Toto broke, they will lose all that as well. So they're pleading for a little bit of time with the passengers. saying the other guy is just there, but it's just the traffic. Listen, the other driver who owns these passengers is encouraging the passengers. Yo, you can't hold them up, you know. You can't hold them. This is all about time. You can't hold them up. They want to go, let them get in it. Get in it, guys, get in it. Get in it, pay me. The guy's like, all that. Next thing is getting here. The guy's like, okay, get in it. But the guy's still like, oh, but my truck was just there. Next thing I know, the passengers all get out. Three of the guys, they grab this mate. They pick him up. They say, well, we get you arrested. Listen, they want to beat him up. They want to fuck him up. Everyone's getting mad. Listen, I'm thinking, Red, no one has time to hear you moaning. No one has time to hear your problems. No one has time to recognize your losses. Why? Because you asked for it. You see the Cho-Cho drivers. Soon they'll see old people just kick them off the Cho-Cho. Do you know why? Because it's these old people that were meant to lead our country and do democratic voting and not be MPP, NDC members only, be Ghanaians that won and set a trend that's what Ghana fucked up. So soon, fuck you. The time is 6:06. The date is 8th of June, 6:06 p.m. I'm telling you, curses.
Now, so I got the hospital.